Well, let's cross live now to Joan Ramon Resina, Professor of Iberian and Latin American Cultures at Stanford University. Good to speak to you. So, the Spanish government has taken decisive action to remove the Catalan government, but does it remove the possibility of popular revolt?
No, it doesn't. Popular revolt in this case can be expected to be a maneuver to resist the takeover of the Catalan government. In other words, probably the Catalan population is going to act passively in terms of not obeying orders stemming from Madrid. They will continue to pledge their obeisance to the legally instituted leaders of the Catalan parliament and the Catalan government. So it is, I'm afraid, it's going to be a clash of legalities. The legality stemming from the Spanish Constitution and defended by Madrid, and the legality stemming from the laws of the Catalonian parliament.
And do you think the Spanish political system can withstand this kind of test?
The Spanish political system has already made clear what it intends to do, but of course one thing is to declare the dissolution of the Catalan parliament and the potential prosecution of the Catalonian government and of the Catalan deputies who have voted today for independence. A very different one is to be able to rule a region that a large part of whose residents are not going to recognize the legitimacy of this takeover.
And should we be concerned about a repeat of last month's police action which drew international condemnation?
I'm afraid yes. I'm afraid that that's the only way that the Spanish government will be able to implement its intentions through the articulation of Article 155. They cannot hope to do it unless they send in the police in force, and they will attempt at some point to arrest the leaders of the Catalan people, as they have indeed. Two of them are already imprisoned, not politicians, but the leaders of the two main grassroots movements that have organized the massive demonstrations of these past few years. These two people are now in prison, I think for the 11th or the 12th day, and with no court trial in sight. They have been sent to prison on preventive prison, and the Spanish laws allow this preventive imprisonment to go on for 2 years, potentially for 4 years, before the cases can actually come to trial. So it is a situation in which violence is the context upon which the Declaration of Independence has been voted on today.
And also, identity plays a big part in this debate, and it's important for the Catalans. But could you explain that a bit more, especially for the Catalans in the treatment under the Franco dictatorship, why it matters?
Yes, yes, of course. Maybe I should start by saying that this is not the first time that the Catalans declare independence from Spain. It's happened a number of times, in fact, twice in the 20th century, and both times, of course, repressed with, well, the first time, actually, there was negotiation with Madrid, which gave the autonomous government that was later repressed by Franco at the end of the Civil War. And a second time also in the 1930s, when the entire Catalan government was put behind bars, was imprisoned. So Catalans are historically used to attempt to regain the liberties, the political liberties that they lost 300 years ago. And of course, this one time, the hopes are that it might just work. The odds are not very good in their favor, but there's the possibility that Spain being a member of the European Union, which rests upon principles of civil rights and democratic rule and so on, at some point the European Union may wish to pursue its democratic goals and in fact step in, try to mediate, to put a stop on the use of violence.
Well, thank you very much for that and for that insight, Joan.